Hello, welcome back to our video. Today we're going to be talking about... Shit, I actually have no fucking clue what it's called. Oh fuck, how did I forget? How did I forget? Okay, this is a horrible intro. Oh my fucking god, I have to stop swearing. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to talk... Oh, replayability. Oh yeah. Yeah. Why are some games not replayable, even though they should be? Now this sounds like a boring topic until you realize that I'm going to be talking about From Software games in general, like Elden Ring, and why they're not replayable. In fact, why a lot of games aren't replayable, so that maybe this can be fixed in the future or just be acknowledged, bare minimum. Because it doesn't seem to be talked about ever. I need a rant, okay? That's all I'm going to say. Alright. So I said From Software games are not replayable. And why do I say that? Well, first off, the first thing that every company does that has a story-based game is they love to give multiple endings. Now, well, from Software case, they love to do this. If you look at a game like Sekiro or Elden Ring, they have multiple endings. And so in theory, I should replay the game the amount of endings it has. And, with Elden Ring, I should, in theory, replay the game and explore, get the most out of my playthroughs, a great time, maybe even, different weapons, right? Wrong. For some reason, when I tried to replay Elden Ring, I instantly gave up and I found it so boring. And yet, Elden Ring was a great game. I played it the first time and I loved it. So why is it that when I played Elden Ring again, I instantly got repulsed and just left? Well, it's a very simple fact. Replaying a game over and over, a linear game in particular, is not fun. It is not replayable. Now, some people will... If you love the game enough, yeah, you probably will find it fun. But, I'm going to be honest, fighting the same boss for a different ending and doing the exact same path that I did the last time with, oh, well, I find new things along the way, is not interesting enough. Even if I switched up my entire weapon class, the magic of a linear game is not knowing what comes next. And when you know what's coming next, it's not worth it. And the worst part to me is it's all for a fucking ending. Okay, I should not swear there, but why is this an issue? Because an ending takes usually 20 hours to get to in an average game, especially a game like Elden Ring, which will take a long time to get to. And that ending will be a cutscene. So you're rewarded for spending a ton of time playing a linear game you've already played before, where you know the outcomes, just to get a cutscene that's maybe 3 minutes max. Wow. Now this wouldn't be an issue if it's like the only cutscene, but when there's 15 or whatever amount of endings there are, it just seems absurd because you're forcing replayability by making a bunch of endings. And I'd rather look up every ending than to actually play the game. That's how stupid it is. Sekiro also has this problem. Sekiro I tried replaying, and when I replayed it, it was fun, but I had to go through all the bullshit that I hated the first time I played it, which instantly ruined the game. For example, if you know anything about Sekiro, there's some bosses that are just downright annoying. And having to replay them every time you replay the game for a fucking ending is absolutely bullshit. It just is. Like, I don't want to fight the gorilla again. I really hate that boss with a passion. And, oh wow, I have to fight, and wow, it's so fun fighting the stupid basic bosses again. Oh yay. And I have to do it 4 times to get all the endings. And on top of that, the worst part about it all is in these linear games, you know exactly what's going to happen. Right? So there's no excitement out of the game, like I said earlier, which makes it way less fun to replay. Like I said, I'd rather just look up the cutscenes on YouTube and watch those. Okay, but that's From Software games, and, that's just one company making games. Well, it gets worse, because I was recently introduced to the Fallout series, and, oh boy. So Fallout New Vegas, I have not played it, but I have watched enough about the game to know that it has multiple endings, and to say it looks stupidly boring is an understatement. I have watched my friend go through multiple endings of the game, and every time he has to do the same main quest with a slightly varied mission task, but at the end of the day, it's almost all the same stuff. So multiple hours of gameplay for what is just a different cutscene, which you probably could predict in your head. The problem with that is that it doesn't matter how good a game is, how many variety of weapons there are. If you're not interested in playing every variety or using all the different classes and you just play casually, you're not going to enjoy playing the game again. Let's be honest, like, you're not going to. And someone who plays games casually and doesn't like to just, try every little thing and completely, like, master every game mechanic, it's just obnoxious to replay a game because you end up doing the same thing over and over. And yeah, you can argue and fault, there's lots of different guns, there's different perks you can level up, you can try starts different, right? You can, challenge yourself, but at the end of the day, you're playing the game you're replaying the game for one reason, and it's a fucking ending. It's so lame. At the end of the day, I think a big major problem with having multiple endings is if it's a linear game with a story-based game, it's just inherently going to be bad because you're going to be doing the same thing over and over. Now let's look at a game that handles replayability right. Actually, we'll look at two games. One, Minecraft. How is Minecraft so replayable? I mean, literally, I guarantee almost every single person who's ever played Minecraft has had more than one world. That makes it a replayable game. Well, no, it's not just because it's a sandbox, because there's many sandbox games you can play one playthrough of and stick to that playthrough for the rest of eternity. But why is it that Minecraft you always come back and, well, do more? Well, the simple answer is, I honestly have no clue. No, I'm just kidding. No, the simple answer is, there's no linearity. I can't say the word. Linearity? Oh, God. This video is so unprofessional. I gotta rant about that for a second. Like, how am I this unprofessional? But, make it more entertaining. It's basically not following a straight line. It allows the player to do whatever they want, which means there's a lot more freedom. And when you give the player a lot more freedom, replaying the game is suddenly a lot more interesting. Especially a game like Minecraft, because there's no real task. Now, I'm not saying all sandbox games are infinitely replayable at all. I'm just saying that in this case, having so many options of what to do and not forcing the player to go down one road for an end goal actually comes into benefit because you can always do something different every time you play. Also, a game being good is also a huge factor. Now, I'm not saying Elden Ring, Sekiro, or Fallout New Vegas are bad games. I'm just saying they're not. I'm just saying that when you're forced to go down a path, it's not as fun to do it again, okay? I hope that makes sense. I'm probably sounding redundant, but I just need to get that point across. Another example of a really replayable game, in my opinion, is Terraria. And I hate saying this because I'm very anti-Terraria right now. The reason why is because I just regret putting all the hours I have into the game. Like, I just feel stupid. I have put on Steam my most played game is Terraria, which is kind of sad. But anyways, why is that the case? Why have I sunk over 1,000 hours into Terraria? Well, simply put, it's because there's so much freedom on how you choose to fight the bosses. Just like Elden Ring, there's bosses. And yes, you can argue, oh, it's the same bosses. But the difference is there's so much more freedom and so much more variety you can choose to fight those bosses so that you can do repeat playthroughs and every time have a different way to fight that boss. There's 4 different classes with so many different weapons, so many different armor sets you can use, and of course there's even a class, what's all the classes, right? That's actually replayable. On top of that, there's no cutscene. There's only one cutscene, which I also think helps a lot having one cutscene because it's always the same. I don't know, just like you're never going to replay the game just for the sake of replaying it. It's like if you're replaying Terraria, you're probably replaying it because you like the game. I think that's the real issue when it comes down to it, is being able to replay a game not because you want an ending and because you actually get something out of it, like you like the game enough, is a huge difference. Okay, like, yeah, that's the real problem, I think. When I'm forcing myself to play a game that I don't want to play, and I'm not interested in, it's an issue. I mean, I should just discuss this because with multiplayer games, obviously replayability is a lot different with, prestige systems, which I might as well mention because, well, in my opinion, it's a mixed bag of bad and good because prestige systems are very lazy, and if you overdo them to the point where it's, like, ridiculous, like Leaf Blower Simulator, It just gets really boring very quickly because, oh wow, every 5 seconds I progress I have to prestige and lose all my progress. And your progress feels useless because you constantly prestige. There's literally 3 different types of prestiges in that game. Like, why? Why? And every time you lose the ability to prestige. It's so stupid. I just, no, 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 no. Call of Duty used to have a good system of replayability with the prestige, in the sense that it basically made you go back to level 1, which was actually, yes, a tedious system, but hey, it forced you to experience the game new again, basically fresh again, and now you have more experience than before. And, well, when the gameplay is actually good, oh, well, I'm not talking about modern day games, you know, it can be for a good replayable experience. And you might not consider replaying the game until you realize you're literally replaying the exact start of the game where you have nothing. Anyways, that's my rant on replayability. I just wanted to get off my chest because, when I go play Sekiro and I just feel like I can't replay the game, it just frustrates me because it's such a good game, and yet I really, for the life of me, cannot seem to be able to play it. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. And with that, I am gone. Peace.